Well, for almost the length of the campaign, Obamacare was a key campaign target for Donald Trump. He promised to repeal and replace it repeatedly, but since winning, that plan appears to have been dialed back a little bit. Here to explain is Fox News correspondent Peter Doocy.
The first of the winter holidays is here, and when they're all over, health insurance premiums for many are set to spike, so consumers are curious what the new president will do about it. The one certainty so far seems to be that something will happen quickly.
Decisions have been made that by the president-elect that he wants to focus out of the gate on repealing Obamacare and beginning the process of replacing Obamacare with the kind of free market solutions that he campaigned on.
The vice president-elect's language there is key because he suggests there could be a little bit of a wait between the Affordable Care Act's repeal and something else becoming a law to replace it. Mr. Trump said recently the gap won't be too long.
We're not going to have like a 2-day period, and we're not going to have a 2-year period where there's nothing. It will be repealed and replaced.
Obamacare repeal is the first of 7 steps to improve the health care system that Mr. Trump lists on his website. Other bullet points include freeing up insurance companies to compete across state lines, allowing customers to deduct the cost of insurance premiums from their tax returns, and letting more people utilize health savings accounts, something long favored by conservative think tanks. The Republican Congress has voted dozens of times over the last few years to get rid of Obamacare, but they haven't been on the same page as the person in the White House until now. So many experts anticipate Speaker of the House Paul Ryan playing a major part in shaking the next big health care law.
We are so eager to get to work with our new president-elect to fix America's pressing problems.
Something Republicans are wary of right now is canceling popular parts of the Affordable Care Act, like covering pre-existing conditions, but that is something the next president says he's okay with keeping in. Tucker?
Oh, the great Peter Doocy, live for us. Thank you. Back with us, Jessica Tarloff, Democratic strategist, Charlie Hurt with the jewel of the Washington Times, honestly, and Molly Hemingway, the main reason to read The Federalist. Okay, so the Obamacare thing, obviously the president-elect is acknowledging that no pre-existing conditions, keeping your kids on to, they're 40 or whatever it is, 26. These are really popular, so he's not going to tamper with them. But if you don't tamper with those 2 provisions, you really still kind of have Obamacare, don't you?
Well, actually, you don't, and most of the plans for replacing Obamacare include those provisions. The thing is, Obamacare is going to die no matter what. I mean, it's going to die under the weight of its own horribly written self, and so something's going to need to happen, and Republicans kind of own this at this point. What will be interesting to see is who President-elect Trump chooses as his lead policy advocate here. Is he going to, or we'll know a little bit more when he names someone for the Health and Human Services, whether that will be the lead policy advocate. Is he going to just defer to Congress? And even there you have differences of opinion. Senator Mitch McConnell has kind of deferred to Bill Cassidy, the senator from Louisiana, who just wants to kind of tinker with Obamacare. Right. The House has much bolder proposals, but even they retain, most of them retain keeping 26-year-olds on their parents' health care plan and making some kind of provision for people with pre-existing conditions. So this is one area where we really don't know what's going to happen, except that we know Obamacare is done.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is. It's totally unsustainable as a math question, unless you were to repeal math, which they may try to do next session.
I would be in favor of that.
Yeah, I would. As a liberal arts guy, I'm totally in favor of that. No, but if you tell insurers that they can't account for risk, which is basically what you're doing when you say they have to take people with pre-existing conditions, they're no longer really selling insurance. I mean, I'm not saying they're not doing something virtuous. It's a good deed, but it's not really insurance. Yeah. So once you accept that, why don't we just wind up a single payer? I mean, aren't we going to?
I mean, this has been the problem from the beginning with Obamacare. Whether Obamacare fails under its own weight, which I'm sure it will, or not, we've sort of crossed the river. I mean, the government is going to be involved in this, and they're going to be paying for people's health care forever. And the politicians will never take, there's such wusses. They will never take away anything, an entitlement that has been given to people. And so, and that was and this was to me a big argument in favor of Donald Trump, because we've gone with the constitutional conservatives. We've gone, we could have voted for Ted Cruz, who promised us how many times he was going to repeal Obamacare when Obama was still in office. All of it lies. Those Republicans are the ones that were standing around when we got Obamacare. That was the game right there. So, yeah, it may be pared back.
We had the numbers for it. It wasn't, They got it against their will. Enough minutes to get it done.
Exactly.
I mean, we moved quickly. Democrats organize well when we know that we have 10 minutes.
All it cost you was the House, the Senate, the presidency,
but we still have Obamacare.
No, but that's true. That's actually a very deep point.
Hey,
so
now.
More seats lost nationally, not just at the federal level, but exactly.
And he's so popular. We were just talking about this in the green room. Obama is so popular, and the Democratic world is crumbling beneath him. It's so strange.
It is strange.